Thomas Manikin on behalf of Senator Tim Sheehy. I would at this time ask, is it Officer Hawes or Officer Arney? Are you going to, Officer Arney, if you could please provide us with the list and announcement of all those who are becoming new citizens, and so that I can issue the appropriate order of report and motion on our new citizens. Sure, that'd be great.
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of the Homeland Security and the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, I have the honor of presenting the court 25 individuals from 16 countries. There are 3 petitions to request a name change before the court. All 25 individuals have been examined under the relevant sections of the Immigration and Nationality Act, and their applications for naturalization have been approved. They have been found eligible and qualified to be administered the oath of allegiance for admission to citizenship. At this time, the government moves that the oath of allegiance be administered to the following: Fabia Kramer from Brazil, Ahmed Mohammed Abu Shanab, Egypt, John Wright, Canada, Gloria Valdivia, Philippines, Zhang Qiu, China, Andriana Propolska, North Macedonia, Robert Jeffs, Canada, Valeria Campos Quesada, Costa Rica, Carlos Riveras Donis, El Salvador, Anna Kamenyeva, Ukraine, Andrea Barrett, Luxembourg, Bigona Gometiza Onanida, Spain, Valerie I can't pronounce your last name, Vintacanchulam, Mauritius, Cesar Marquez Garcia, Mexico, John Zhang, China, Melanie McMasters, United Kingdom, Treat Duc Long, Vietnam, Bonnie Sue Bullock, Canada, Lena Zhao, China, Patricia Ellen McMillan, Canada, Thomas Edward Bond, United Kingdom, Heather Brownlee Williams, United Kingdom, Nanette Mesler, Germany, Raimundo Antonia Sousa Brown, Brazil.
Thank you, Officer Arney, and I have the motion before me, and I have signed it and dated today, August 21st, 2025. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to issue the oath of allegiance to all of you that are going to become our new citizens this afternoon. And so I'd like all of you to please stand that are going to be our new citizens. Raise your right hand, and Haley will administer the oath. Now, before she does so, it's important that you repeat the oath out loud. This oath is a solemn promise, and it represents a profound and permanent change in your lives. You are now becoming a citizen of the United States of America. And I would ask all of you in the audience to listen carefully to this oath because of what it demands of those who choose to become citizens of this country. So, Haley, would you please administer the oath?
Raise your right hand. I do hereby declare on oath or hereby affirm that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States, when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States, when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Thank you.
All right, and would you all please rise, and I will lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. At this time, we will have the presentation. Well, wait. Before we get to that, let me call upon our two representatives for Senators Daines and Senator Sheehy, who I believe have some words they'd like to share with you. Ms. Cutton, if you would, please.
A message from Senator Steve Daines. My fellow American, I am honored to be among the first to congratulate you on becoming a citizen of the United States of America. You are now part of a great and blessed nation. I am proud that you chose to make this country, as well as the state of Montana, your home. The strength of the United States has always come from its willingness to open its arms to people from all corners of the world. We are and will continue to be a beacon for hope and freedom. The Statue of Liberty in New York City, for many years the first view of America for new immigrants, says it perfectly. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. As you begin your journey as an American citizen, I encourage you to always be active and informed. Exercise your right to vote, be involved in your community, and be confident in your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. I am honored to serve as your United States Senator, and I encourage you to keep in touch about issues that matter to you. While we may not always agree, the beauty of America is the right for citizens to hold our elected officials accountable. Welcome to the joy, responsibility, and freedom of American citizenship. Congratulations on your significant achievement, and I wish you all the best in your future in America. God bless. Steve Daines, United States Senator.
Thank you, Ms. Cutton. And Mr. Manikin, on behalf of Senator Sheehy.
Thank you, Your Honor. A letter from Senator Tim Sheehy. Congratulations on taking the final step of this naturalization process and the first step of your journey as an American citizen. Today marks a life-changing milestone, so be sure to reflect upon what this day means for you and your future, as well as for the future of our country. We are blessed to live in the greatest nation on earth, and this blessing comes with tremendous responsibility. We as Americans all have a duty to preserve what makes America great: freedom, the promise of opportunity for all, and the values of faith, family, and community. Thousands of men and women are buried around the world who fought for American freedom. I myself proudly led men and women into battle worldwide lost friends, married a woman who put her life on the line serving this country, and was honored to serve alongside many heroes who made tremendous sacrifices to defend America. Please honor that service and sacrifice made on our behalf by remembering we are stronger when we are united as one nation under God, bound by a commitment to duty, service, and love of country. As your senator, I will work every day to positively impact the lives of veterans, seniors, small businesses, workers, farmers, ranchers, and all Montanans, which now includes you, through timely and high-quality constituent services as they navigate the federal government. If my office can ever be of assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Congratulations. May God bless you and the United States of America. Senator Tim Sheehy.
Thank you, Mr. Manikin. Well, at this time, we're going to present each of you with your certificate of citizenship. And also joining us will be the Daughters of the American Revolution, who will present to you a flag and citizenship materials. A word about the Daughters of the American Revolution. They have a long and proud history, and they play a large role in our naturalization proceedings. As you may know, the members of the Daughters of the American Revolution have a genial connection with the patriots of the American Revolution. They were founded in 1890. They have approximately 170,000 members, 3,000 chapters in 50 states, and more than 850,000 women have joined the Daughters of the American Revolution since it was founded. So Haley and Daughters of the American Revolution, let's present our new citizens with their certificates.
Fabia. Ahmed. John. John Wright. Gloria Valdivia. Zheng Qi. Adriana. Robert. Robert Jeff. Valeria. Carlos. Anna. Andrea. Isela. Yes. Begona. Valerie. Cesar. John. Melanie. Tretu. Bonnie. How are you? Yeah. Lena. Patricia. Thomas. Heather. Nanette.
All right, well, it's now my opportunity to make some welcoming remarks to you. In fact, it's not just my opportunity and privilege, but it's also my duty. I have a constitutional obligation to inform you of the privileges and responsibilities of citizenship. So let me begin by placing this event this afternoon in context. We are, in the United States, we are a nation of immigrants. In fact, some 30 million immigrants entered the United States between 1870 and 1930. 11 years ago, in 2014, a total of 653,416 persons became naturalized citizens in this country. The leading countries of birth of new citizens were Mexico, 95,000, India, 38,000, the Philippines, 35,000, and the People's Republic of China, 30,000. There are 25 of you here this afternoon representing the following 16 different countries. Brazil, there are 2 of you. Canada, there are 4 of you. China, 3. Costa Rica, 1. Egypt, 1. El Salvador, 1. Germany, 1. Luxembourg, 1. Mauritius, 1. Mexico, 2. North Macedonia, 1. Philippines, 1. Spain, 1. Ukraine, 1. United Kingdom, 3. Vietnam, 1. The list of people who have immigrated to the United States also include some famous people. John James Audubon, who was an ornithologist. Martina Navratilova, famous tennis player. Mikhail Baryshnikov, a dancer. Nadia Comaneci, a gymnast. Irving Berlin, a composer. Willem de Kooning, an artist. Albert Einstein, a physicist. Henry Kissinger, United States Secretary of State. Madeleine Albright, United States Secretary of State. Isaac Stern, a violinist. John Muir, the foremost naturalist in this country. Arnold Schwarzenegger, California governor, actor, bodybuilder. Yoko Ono, and her husband, John Lennon, a Beatle. As was announced when I entered the courtroom this afternoon, my name is Dana Christensen. Christensen is a Danish name. My great-grandfather, Christian Henning Christensen, came to the United States in 1891. And I have his obituary here, and it reads in part as follows. Born in Brogger, Denmark, Mr. Christensen came to the United States when he was 17 years old in 1891. With all the money he had left after his voyage to this country, he purchased a railway ticket, quote, for as far west as it will take me, close quotes. The destination on the ticket was De Smet. Now, I don't expect for you to know where De Smet is. It's a little village to the west of here that hardly even exists anymore. But anyway, his obituary goes on to state, as the train pulled into Missoula, Mr. Christensen saw friends on the station platform and got off here, where he made his life. He started out as working in the sawmills in Missoula. He was a fireman. He was an electrician. And ultimately, he became the division manager of the Montana Power Company, the predecessor to Northwestern Energy. When my son was born, we gave him the same middle name as my great-grandfather, Henning. A very uncommon American name, but a very common Danish one. My son was somewhat embarrassed by this middle name as he was growing up, until he had an opportunity to visit the cemetery in the small town in Denmark that was the home of my great-grandfather, where he noticed that every other gravestone had inscribed upon it the name of Henning. I am married to a former Canadian citizen. She went through this very same process about 10 years ago. And my son is married to a Canadian citizen. I mention this not because I think my family's history is unique, but in fact, I mention this for an opposite reason. And that is, other than our proud Native American Indian citizens, we all came to the United States from somewhere else. Even though we are citizens of the United States, we are citizens of the world. And it is your life experiences, your backgrounds that you bring with you that, in my opinion, makes this country, the United States, a better and a stronger one. Former President Jimmy Carter, who died over 100 years old in the last year, described the United States not as a melting pot, but a beautiful mosaic consisting of different people with different beliefs, different yearnings, different hopes, and different dreams. As I indicated at the outset of this address to you this afternoon, I am commanded by the Constitution to talk to you about what it means to become a citizen. What are the privileges of citizenship and responsibilities? As you know, we have a written constitution in this country, something that is unknown in many countries of the world. Your rights as citizens are spelled out in this hard-fought and timeless document. The founders of our country, the authors of the Constitution, were truly inspired in that they created a nation that is governed by the rule of law. Our judicial system, the third branch of the government, the part of the government that I'm part of, is envied throughout the world. And the most important feature of the judicial system, this third co-equal branch of the government, is the right to trial by jury, which is protected and provided for in the 6th and 7th Amendments of the Constitution. As new citizens, you will have the obvious right to influence the legislative and executive branches of the government, Articles 1 and Articles 2 of the Constitution, through your right to vote. But your ability to participate in the judicial branch, the third branch of the government, is through your ability to serve as a juror of your peers. And I hope when you are summoned for jury service that you'll show up and that you will serve. And I can assure you, if you serve on one of our juries where you'd sit right up there, we'll take very good care of you. And I think at the end of the experience, you'll feel that it was rewarding. Now, speaking of voting, we've got a city election coming up here in Missoula in September. And in 2026, we're going to have a whole lot more elections coming up. So you'll have your opportunity to participate and to vote. And voting is not only a great privilege and a right, but it's also a responsibility. I am always chagrined by the relatively small number of citizens who actually vote in our local, state, and national elections. So please exercise your right to vote. Elections are frequently decided by only a handful of votes. I also urge you to be active in your community. Find out what's going on in your neighborhood. Maybe even consider running for office. Take an interest in your local school boards, your local government. You, as an individual, as a new citizen, have so much to offer to all of us. So in conclusion, I also wish all of you the very best. And I congratulate you and your family and your friends on this momentous day. You are now part of the great and diverse American family. Thank you for becoming citizens of this country. Would you all please stand for retirement of the colors? But before we do so, let's give all of our citizens, new citizens, a big hand. All right, American Legion Post 27. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, I think we may have refreshments outside. There's also the League of Women's Voters are out there. You can register to vote if you haven't already done so. But we have a tradition here. I'd like you all to come up here and crowd up here with me on the bench so we can take a group photo. So why don't you come on up? Yeah, come around this way, you bet.
Good, man. How you doing?
Where are you from?
England.
Okay.
Originally from Ireland.
Okay. Well, let's just gather up here. Let's all squeeze in. It's